Hello, it's Giles here from 101 Part-Time Jobs. If you like what we're doing and you'd like to support us, you can. For £1, £4 or £10 a month at our Patreon, patreon.com/101 Part-Time Jobs. You can help support our independent production. We are so happy with the way this is going. We appreciate all of you listening and watching our episodes. So thank you for being here. If you'd like to take it that one step further, you can. That's at patreon.com/101 Part-Time Jobs. Cheers.
The 2026 FIFA World Cup meal at McDonald's is underway with one of 9 legendary cups in the lineup. Christian Pulisic, David Beckham, Lamine Yamal, Ronaldinho, Thierry Henry, Son Heung-min, Alphonso Davies, Santi Jimenez. And between the posts, it's Grimace. Get one of 9 collectible cups with a FIFA World Cup meal.
At participating McDonald's for a limited time while supplies last. All rights reserved. 2026 McDonald's at FIFA World Cup 2026.
This episode is brought to you by Prime. What if you had one more chance with the one that got away?
Sam, you came home.
Based on the best-selling novel from Carly Fortune. Every Year After follows childhood friends Sam and Percy as they reunite in the dreamy, nostalgic lakeside town of Barry's Bay.
Love can be hard to find. So if you're lucky enough to find that person, never let go.
A second chance at first love. Every Year After, now streaming only on Prime.
It definitely didn't start out as like, oh, this is going to be protest music. It started out with just me trying to create something that was like as accurate a portrait as possible. Like we had a clear idea that it was going to be a complete piece. Like it wasn't just going to be like a collection of songs. I'm talking about the record. Yeah. And I had sketched out this like big document, this Google Doc that had like every song idea and then like the different length that I wanted and the sort of like, oh, this one's going to be really noisy and this one's going to sound like you're banging your head against the wall and then like different sample ideas of people. So it kind of the project began as like a project. It didn't begin as a band. And it began in my mind before we even formed the band.
Love that. You know, Jarvis Cocker did that for Pulp. And like sort of draw like, you know, what their clothes would be. And that's quite like just an interesting kind of, you know, I guess if you grew up into indie, like it is fashion. Fashion's part of it. But you don't talk about it. Yeah. You don't talk about too much about the fashion of it. But I love it because it's like, do you think that helped you like have that mental, I mean, it was like a mental picture. Like this is what I want to make.
Yeah, I think like your approach to it might have been a little bit different. Do you want to talk about that?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, like, it helped that I think when we first kind of started the collaboration, after the kind of like casual, oh, we should like, you know, start a band together, kind of a project together. I think initially it was in a more conventional sense. Like I was just kind of writing some song ideas and pitching them to Tay and seeing what worked. Yeah. And then as soon as Tay kind of had this document more towards being finalized for me, I think using that as a jumping off point was really nice. And that's, I think, when everything really started to mold together. I'm
fascinated in that period of time where like something goes from like a bedroom, like a daydream into something real. I think that's fucking wicked. Where it's like, you're like bringing something into the world that wasn't there before.
Absolutely. And it was in steps too, which was really cool because initially for a lot of the songs, Tay had these prompts and these ideas of like the general sound of it. And like you said, like the length and kind of the vibe of it. Mm-hmm. And we would kind of like demo in my room for a lot of the songs. And then we would bring that to the room and kind of like explore them in like a full band setting. Yeah, and it was just in those stages where you get to kind of hear the songs evolve and grow. It's really exciting.
In those stages, you're trying to work out like how much you're gonna like dedicate yourself to it, I guess, and how much time you're gonna give to it, and like seriousness. Yeah, ultimately,
I don't know, like we both been playing music for fun our entire lives, but at least for me, it never even like crossed my mind that it could be something like, you know, I was making punk music, so I wasn't thinking like, I don't know, it was almost like I just like didn't have the self-worth to like even try to make it something. I was just like, oh, I just love doing this, so I'm going to do it.
Was there that level of, and it's like, so it sounds so earnest and on the nose to talk about like what like success looks like or something?
Yeah, like for me, success for this project wasn't about the reception because I really never anticipated that we would be playing outside of Vancouver
Yeah.
at all. Like we played in New West, which is like a 15-20 minute drive from Vancouver, and we were like, we're doing
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
guys.
awesome.
Like it was like,
Yeah. Great vibe.
so
But that's it. And that should stay. You should stay excited about that, you know?
No, totally. It's kind of like, I don't know, even when you're like starting out and you're like thinking about Instagram followers as like a metric for success, it's it's crazy because in the real world, if like 6 people were like, I love your band, you'd be like, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But then if like 6 people like something that you post, you're like, damn, I failed.
funny.
And it's like, okay,
But the thing with Instagram is if people don't like it, it's not like they're not liking it out of malice. They probably just don't see it. That's the whole funny thing. And like socials is fucked.
No, it's like, it's not a metric by which you should measure success in any way.
And no, festival bookers should not be using Instagram followers to book their bands.
Yeah, tell it right to the camera.
What were a couple of shows that changed your life?
Oh, that's a good question.
I guess I think the coolest stories are like the local bands.
Yeah.
And the ones where there are 15 people there.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in a small town outside of Toronto, Canada, called Oshawa, and I went to this dive bar punk show when I was too young to be going. I was like 15.
Classic.
And yeah, and I got
Love it.
like blackout drunk, but it was like I was in the mosh pit and I fell down and someone picked me up and I was like,
Wicked.
oh my God, it was the best thing ever.
Found your
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, totally.
Who was it? And where?
I actually don't remember, but it was in Oshawa at the Atria.
Okay.
Yeah, which is wouldn't recommend.
And you got there are loads of like Toronto bands like Fucked Up, and like on the more like melodic punk rock side, there's like kind of more Fat Wreck, Epitaph kind of punk rock bands. Who are your favorite? Who are your kind of who do you recommend people listen to now from the area?
From Vancouver?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I talk about Toronto, but either.
Yeah, I'm definitely more familiar with Vancouver scene. I would say Emma Goldman is this really fantastic scrams band
Wicked.
that we love. Still Death's sort of like noise rocky kind of band. What do you think?
Concrete Vehicles. So we love them. They're amazing.
Hell yeah. I haven't heard of any of these, which is great. Do you think like as you spend more time being in a band and as the years kind of tick on, is there like an element of like trying to protect that kind of sort of energy that you captured in a bottle in the first couple of years? Like, is there that kind of element where you're trying to maybe like reflect all the time, be like, what are we doing here?
For me, things have happened so fast with this project that I need to consciously stop myself. And I am able to do that a lot at the shows when there's those like intimate moments with people in the audience who come up and talk to me. And that's like very humbling and just like stops me in my tracks and reminds me like why I'm doing it. And that's very easy to have that in like a DIY venue that has like 75 cap, but a little bit harder on like a festival stage or something.
You can feel the humanity in your music. You know, it's people, it's experiences.
Yeah.
Right. It's a conversation.
Yeah.
Kind
Totally.
of, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I have to constantly like remind myself that like I am not, I never have been trying to be like a rock star. Like I almost feel like I don't even really feel like a musician most of the time. Like it's just kind of like music is the vehicle that I used to deliver this.
I imagine that's like a complex thing because you are musicians.
Yeah.
But it comes from a place of kind of being an not anti exactly, but it's like you're what's the word for when you teach yourself? Is it didactic or something? When you teach yourself something and you don't do it necessarily the right way, but that's what makes good music so much of the time.
Yeah, I mean, that's why this collaboration for me has been so exciting, is because I think, Tay and I come from kind of different worlds. Although we had both played in bands for years and years, I think for me, like my musical background is like not within this realm that this band exists.
Okay.
It's in other genres, more like shoegaze, folk, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I'd always been wanting to do something on the noisier side. And then I think meeting Tay and her having such a clear vision of kind of where this project could go, it was just everything kind of fell in line that way. And it's been consistently exciting to be able to write with Tay and the rest of the band too.
Yeah, and the weird thing for me is that it's almost the opposite, where I've always been in punk and hardcore and always wanted to write things that were softer, but all the things that I write about, they merit a hardcore, aggressive sound.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But we've kind of managed to bridge those two worlds with the record.
It sounds so different. It does sound like its own thing. I think the best music does. When you were playing in bands all throughout, when did you start? Teenage? teenage years?
Yeah, I was in my first band at like 15-ish.
And you were spending kind of every weekend in the practice room and like just kind of doing it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like I said, like I never, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like it genuinely never even crossed my mind that I could be good at it. I was just doing it because I really liked to just do it. I don't know. So I wasn't practicing to get better. I was just like almost rehearsing the same sort of like story over and over again, and then like slowly refining it over the years.
How old are you guys now, if I can ask? That's not...
Yeah, I'm 31.
32.
So you've gone through that 20s thing of being okay, we kind of got to do some stuff. Yeah. There's like stuff we don't want to do.
Yeah, definitely.
Tell me about like that period and like how music fits in alongside all that stuff.
Yeah, like right before this band started actually touring and stuff like that, I was working as a teacher. Yeah. And I really loved it. I just felt like I was built for it. And
what subject?
I taught literacy for kids with learning disabilities.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Awesome. And it was so fantastic because I didn't go to school for that or anything. I think it was like some sort of personality hire or something. But they almost didn't hire me because of the band.
Okay, you were too honest.
Well, because they did a Google search on me, and then they found an article that had been written about us in the local newspaper that quoted the lyrics to one of our songs called "Time Loop at Hot Slit," which is I was 10 years old and learning blowjobs on a glue stick, and they were like, parents aren't going to like that.
They bring it up.
So they made me have a different name. So I couldn't be Ms. Zantingh. I had to be Miss Tay.
They bring that up. That was
in the interview. Yeah. Because they were like, oh, but
good on you. What did you say back?
I was just, I understood that. I mean, like, I think that the project is hard it's like we have a trigger warning before the set because it is like challenging. Yeah. And I always kind of worried about that with the students if they were to like look me up or something because kids are like so online. Yeah, luckily that didn't happen, but.
And it's real life as well.
Yeah.
You know, and kids, you know, everyone's on, like you say, kids are online, bad stuff's online.
Yeah, totally.
You don't want to rein yourself in.
No, I mean, I do think about that, but it is like, I do think sometimes for children, there's like a level of emotional maturity that I think is required to approach the subject matter with care. Yeah. And
you must have thought about this quite a lot, right?
All the time. Right. Yeah. I just like, I don't know. I'm always thinking about what is the right way to do this. Cause like, and everything we do is filtered through like, okay, what's the right thing for the project? Which is like not necessarily what's the right thing for us as individuals or, you know, our own careers or whatever, but like what's right for the project and what's right for the audience and the people who might hear it are the same thing, right? Because our audience is a vulnerable group of people. So like you have to think about it all the time. Yeah.
What's your latest kind of breakthrough thought of that or anything? Or has there been one, or is it constant kind of progress?
Yeah, it is constant. I mean, right now I'm working a lot on like where my boundaries are because it is my story and it is a piece of me. But at the same time, if it was just that, I would never have shared it.
Right.
But, you know, I would have just kept playing in my room.
You wouldn't be here.
Yeah. So, there has to be some sort of line because it's not like I never planned or wanted to be like a successful musician. Like that wasn't my...
And you're committing things to tape.
Yeah.
On record.
Yeah.
People are filming at shows. Like there is that element of it. And I mean, I think that obviously that's scary, but it's beautiful as well because it's like that's who you are. Like I think if we were to not say anything, I don't think that makes a better world. I don't think that makes you for a good life if you feel like you can't say how you feel at the time.
It's something that I have had to accept that I moved across the country. Toronto and Vancouver are very far apart, and I was able to share this with a bunch of people who didn't know me at all, who weren't present when things were happening. And that anonymity was like really important for me. And now every single person who has ever known me and ever will know me will know all these like really intimate things about me. So boundaries are like an important thing that I am trying to find the line, because like I want to be open to the person who feels like really moved to talk to me about something intimate. But I cannot always be available for that. And that's been a weird shift between the DIY show where I'm only talking to, 25 people after the set. And then when you're selling out a 150 cap venue, that's a lot of people
you need to be protected by yourself and by people around you.
Totally.
Most of you watching or listening to this will know someone, if it's not yourself, who plays in a band, puts out music, and are sometimes confused about the way it works. Well, DistroKid is here to help. Now, as well as being able to put out your music, you can get your t-shirts printed there. You can create a merch store in minutes, no upfront costs. DistroKid takes care of all the printing, shipping, and support, so you don't get waylaid by the logistics, and you can focus more on writing and putting out good music, right? And just like the distribution, DistroKid never takes a cut, and the artists, you keep 100% of your earnings. It's that simple. Head to distrokid.com/direct. Select the type of products that you want. You can get mugs, shirts, tote bags, and then pick up your album artwork and the price that you want to sell your merch for. Head to distrokid.com/direct. There are so many jobs that go into it. I mean, that's a job. Even that itself is such a complex job, right? You have to care about it. What were your like sort of, I guess 20s? I think I'm interested in that 20s period because it's a seesaw period of time of your life, I think.
Yeah, I was always working kind of like the random day job to like get by, to then like, kind of work on music outside of that and play shows. I'd always been in bands since I was like 12 years old, and that was always like something that I really wanted to do. And then into my 20s, working jobs, playing in different bands. I ended up going to film school, and I met a lot of amazing people there that we actually still are able to collaborate with.
Must be cool to meet those people who are into like, oh, we love film enough to want to think about it all day.
So that's been really amazing, getting to work with some of those connections that I made in film school with this project. But it had always been, work the day job, work on music outside of that, and see what happens.
Did you find that balance? Was there like...
I did. I think I was always able to just kind of numb myself to the day job because I was so excited about, going to play shows and make music with people. Yeah. And it's definitely been a learning process with this project. With the more busy this project gets, the more time off we're taking from work to go on do tours, and like we're taking a month off of work has been something that we've all been balancing, and it's a new experience. How patient are
your bosses?
My bosses currently have been very accommodating, which is amazing. Yeah. So we'll see how long that holds up for.
Okay. And I imagine signing to Sub Pop, it's going to feel like, and it is a great big deal. It's like sets out a new path or course for the project. Is that kind of like in front of you now? You can kind of see that kind of road extending.
It still kind of doesn't feel real. I think the biggest thing for us was trying to find the right home for this album, and having that enthusiasm that we all feel for the project reflected in the the label that we're going to end up working with. And
they were sufficiently enthusiastic.
Yeah. I mean, like in terms of the like path forward, neither of us has any idea what that looks like we might be looking at it, but we're like because we've never seen it, or it's like
blurry or something. And
like neither of our parents or family members are like in music at all, so it's like there's no real like roadmap. We're just like, we're on this path and hopefully it goes somewhere awesome. I don't know.
I think the only thing you can do is like communicate to yourself and each other, is be like, are we doing what we like doing? I feel like that seems to be such a big key of it.
Totally. I mean, so far we like it.
Yeah. Love it. I got a funny last question, which is like, I'm a big fan of the word gaffes, as in like fucking up at work. And I suppose like job interviews, that's like that can be a fascinating one, because you're kind of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna work here, and they're like, do you have any holidays planned? And you're like, got two options here. I don't know, that's like one example, but I don't know, have you worked a load of different bit jobs and side jobs where you're sort of not quite cut out for it?
I feel like I've worked so many different jobs. It's like hard. Like probably the job that I like had the big, what do you call it, gaff?
Gaff, G-A-F-F-E. I don't actually know if I'm using that word right. I think it's gaff is like a nice, a non-swear word of saying fuck up.
Okay. I worked for like a junk removal company where I would go in and like a lot of like hoarders and stuff like that. And I crashed the van. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't, we drove it home. But it wasn't good.
Anything when you put in charge of some heavy machinery, I think, and especially when it's like a side, I think this is like funny. It's a funny kind of fertile ground for people who play music, because usually if you're playing music, that's what you love, and you might not mind your day job, but your heart's not there, your brain's not fully there, and I think that's just quite like a funny tension.
Yeah, totally. Do you have one?
Yeah, I guess maybe this is a gaffe, but in my first job, I worked as a dishwasher / food prep in a pub.
Oh yeah.
And one fateful day, I was running some carrots on the mandolin, and nicked off the top of one of my fingers, and I kind of like just blacked out.
Let's see.
But it's fine. It's fully healed. It wasn't too much. It wasn't too much.
Yeah.
It was just like, like
someone got more than they paid for.
Well, that's what I think is I imagine it went somewhere in all of the carrots, and I'm not sure if it was ever thrown out.
Yeah.
But I mean, I hope it was, or somebody had a. Oh yeah, this was like 15 years ago.
That's way
now,
past the statute of limitations.
Yeah,
this cannot be used in court.
Somebody got some extra flavor in their salad, but yeah.
That's a good story. I worked as a labourer for a couple of summers, and just like said I would use machinery when I didn't know how to use it, and just like so many times it's like, oh, I should not have done that. Unequivocally, should not have done that. Yeah, well, have a great tour. Really nice to meet you. Thank you for the time.
So much. It was nice to meet you.
Hell yeah.
So
that was Pierce here on 101 Part-Time Jobs. What an incredible band. If you've seen them, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, go onto YouTube and watch some of their live sets up there. It is so powerful. Their album's going to come out on Sub Pop pretty soon. I don't think there's a date for it though, so follow them on socials and keep up with it, because it's going to be amazing. Cheers for being here on 101. We've had loads of great guests recently, like Stuart Lee and Nothing, and loads more coming up. Next week we've got Show Me the Body and Miniskirt. So to get those, click subscribe. Cheers. Hello, it's Giles here from 101 Part-Time Jobs. If you like what we're doing and you'd like to support us, you can. For £1, £4 or £10 a month at our Patreon, patreon.com/101 Part-Time Jobs. You can help support our independent production. We are so happy with the way this is going. We appreciate all of you listening and watching our episodes. So thank you for being here. If you'd like to take it that one step further, you can. That's at patreon.com/101 Part-Time Jobs. Cheers.